welcome to Kla-How-Ya. My name is Rick Sagieddin. Kla-How-Ya is sponsored by the Vernon Friendship Center, which is located at 2902 29th Avenue. On our program today, my guest will be Dean Lewis, who's a member of the West Side Artist Group. And today, we'll be featuring some of Dean Lewis's work, and we'll be trying something new, which is an art video with the music with Jim Morrison and a song titled Ghost Song. Also on our program today, we'll be showing an interview with Tina Marie Christian, who is our native court worker for the Vernon Enderby area, and that interview was held at the Kla-How-Ya studios located at the Vernon Friendship Center. Right now, I'd like to introduce Dean Lewis. Welcome to Kla-How-Ya, Dean.
Thanks, Rick.
First of all, one of the questions, we've had you on Kla-How-Ya a number of times in the past years, and maybe you can tell our viewers how long you've been involved with your artwork.
Okay, I've been involved with art since 1980, and I took 2 years formal training starting in '83, and now I'm just freelancing now.
Let's talk a little bit about your training. Where did you have your training?
Down at the Kelowna Community College in their fine arts department.
And what type of art work, kind of training did you get? What is it called?
We got more or less most of the formal training, anatomy, composition, color, and tone, and subject matter too.
And how did you like the training involved for the last 2 years?
I liked the training a lot, but I didn't like going to school that much.
What did you get out of the training?
A lot of
Did you get, okay, we're talking school.
Well, I got a lot of self-confidence.
I see, self-confidence.
And I got to learn that art has no rules, so that helped me a lot. Instead of just being the formal photographer,
I see.
Painting or picture.
What type of artwork do you specialize in?
I specialize in realism, photorealism, and I do a little surrealism.
Let's give an example right now of Dean Lewis's work, which is, we have a picture right here. And maybe you can tell us a little bit about this picture here. And how long did it take you to get?
That one took about 6 or 7 hours. That one's done with mostly cross-hatching and just a little bit of pointillism. And I was just drawn from my culture, drawing native people.
Now, it's so detailed. Is that what pointillism is all about?
No, pointillism and cross-hatching is to make realism out of something that's not real, to make an illusion.
And this is strictly done by a ballpoint pen?
No, they're done by repeatograph pens.
I see. And how long did it take you again?
About 6 or 7 or 8 hours for that one.
Definitely quite a bit of commitment. Now, how long do you like to spend on each individual project?
The longer I spend on a project, it seems the more I like the work.
Can you tell me how important it is for you to remain active while doing your artwork?
Well, to me, it's very important to keep active and keep working all the time so I don't lose my sharpness. Keep that edge to it.
Do you find that you hit a lot of blocks?
Once in a while I do.
How do you get out of it?
Well, I just force myself to work. And sometimes it takes a few days, sometimes it takes a week or so. But it reflects in my work. When I do have a block, it's not up to par like when I'm on a roll. And I'm really into it.
Like when you're on a roll, how many pictures can you generate in, say, in a week?
It depends. If I spend a lot of time on one, I really like it a lot, and I go for quality rather than quantity, but sometimes if I'm on a roll, I could do 4 or 5 a week.
Now, are these the projects and the work that you do you sell them, or what do you do?
I haven't been selling very many of them. I sold just a few, but most of them I've been giving away as gifts.
Now, the West Side Artist Group, what are the objectives of the group?
Just to give each of us in the group more exposure and to promote our works and try to sell.
Are you planning of any displays coming up in the next while?
We've always got displays in planning, but so far in the last couple of years they haven't gone past that. So maybe this year we'll have a show.
Great. I've got another picture here of, this picture here is of yourself when you were a little baby.
Yes.
And you did this yourself out of a photograph, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us how long it took you to do this?
That one took about 7 or 8 hours too, because it's a smaller one.
And it's quite detailed again. It's well done. I like the style. Now to do this, how big was the photograph that you were working with?
The photograph was, I think it was 8 by 10, I think, just slightly larger.
How old were you in this picture, Dean?
I think 2.
2 years old, eh? Great. I got another picture of, this is sort of like your living room and it's in color, your living room at home, eh?
Yes.
And in the corner you can see that picture is the same picture as in,
yeah.
Is that where it's located at your house? Right?
No, I just put it there for that drawing.
I see. There it is. Do you like to do black and whites more than color?
I haven't been doing color in the last year, but I like doing color because it gives more illusion of reality.
Now, you mentioned about your style of, is it surrealism? Realism?
Surrealism.
Surrealism.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you explain what that is?
That would be just going inside your own mind and coming up with your own composition, and they're very personal works. Like, they mean a lot more to me than, say, a person looking at it. And I draw more satisfaction from just finishing it than displaying it or anything else.
What got you motivated into taking an interest in doing art?
Illustrated magazines. I've seen various illustrators. The illustrators from Europe are probably the best that I've seen. I try to emulate them and their styles. Like, I take a lot from them. I try to, but I use my own subject matter.
Here's some of your work right here, which was done, but it's same style, but it's in color.
Yes, I just finished that one last week. I'm going to try and start working more in color.
Right. And I guess same number of hours have we spent on this one?
That one took a little bit longer because I did it all in black and white, and I went over it in color.
I noticed that cloud formation from the previous picture is sort of similar.
Yes, I like doing the skies with cross-hatching techniques.
Do you, through your artwork, do you try to relate your culture through your work?
Some of them I do, but most of them I try just to relate to myself personally, as myself. I have more satisfaction in the personal drawings.
Great. Now let's talk a little bit more about the West Side Artist Group. Can you tell us, our viewers, who are some of the members that are involved with West Side Artist Group?
Okay, well, there's myself, and there's my Aunt Lucy Lewis, and Barb Marchand, Jim Wilkinson, my Uncle Jerry Lewis, and Randy Lewis.
And it's a family affair?
Just about. We're all related.
Of course, you're all related, of course. Okay, now, what are some of the work that's being done by the West Side Artist Group?
Okay, well, Jerry, he works with sort of like photorealism with pencil, mostly. Now he's into carving into leather. Mm-hmm. And Lucy, she paints with acrylics and oils. She paints traditional scenes, Indian scenes. And Jim Wilkinson, he carves just about everything, from rodeos to Indians and everything. And Randy Lewis, he's more or less into abstract art, mm-hmm. very contemporary art.
Mm-hmm. Now, we're expecting that 87 will bring another display, another show from the West Side Artist Group. Are you going to take the initiative to try to motivate some of the members to take part in it?
Yes, I think I am. Mm-hmm. I'd like to have a show, because I haven't displayed anything since last year at the Kelowna Art Gallery at the college, mm-hmm. our year-end show.
And we mentioned earlier how important it is for artists to remain active, keep that motivation going, be on a roll, keep on producing that work.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And what's in store for you in 87, Dean?
I continue to freelance like I've been doing in the last year, and I'd like to get back to painting and do a bit of sculpting. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't mind to work with the cameras, do some animation or some more of these videos.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll probably work together in some of those projects, and hopefully we can have you back once again on Kla-How-Ya, and maybe we can show another artwork video, or maybe something animated.
Yeah, that would be great.
You know, we're hoping that we can get you involved with the video production and get you to get some of that projects, make it happen. You know, it's something interesting.
Yeah, that would be real interesting. I'd really like to do that.
How did you? This is the first time we've ever had a Kla-How-Ya video artwork with music. Is it a good way to interpret or to feature your work?
Personally, I liked it because I would like to get into doing more videos, mm-hmm. and just on selected songs that I like, for my own personal reasons, and because that's a form of art too, mixing the electronic media with fine arts and drawing, and because it's sort of a cross mix between the two different medias.
Mm-hmm. Well, Dean, I really want to thank you very much for taking the time and coming on Kla-How-Ya Television,
okay.
and showing us your work. It's certainly remarkable, and I hope you keep it up. And certainly we'll feature more of Dean Lewis's artwork on Kla-How-Ya in 87. I think it's going to be just great.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks you once again.
Okay.